Hi, good morning, guys. I just woke up. Um, I just kind of wanted to wake up and talk to you guys before I start to get my day going. I've been like making my smoothie and stuff, but well, my shake, my protein shake, my breakfast protein shake. I've been for the last week and a half. I've gotten back into making more protein shakes. Anyway, um, I kind of want to sit here and talk to you about this channel and the fact that I've made videos and I posted it and said that I'm going to start my YouTube channel and I'm going to kick it off and all of a sudden something gets in the way and it's like I can't focus on anything. Um, I can't focus on it because I got work and other things going on. So instead of me sitting here saying that I want to kick this channel off and get it going, I think I'm just going to post videos when I can post videos. Start out small and not rush it anyway. Um, enough about that. What I really want to discuss here is the fact that, everything going on here in the world with all this coronavirus and stuff. I work at Walmart and I'm putting myself on the line every day for it, to catch it. And thankfully, I have not. And I'm taking all the steps and all the measures that we have to do, staying 6 feet away from people, you know, wearing a mask and washing and sanitizing my hands like constantly every freaking time I go to the restroom, and I sanitize my hands constantly after I touch anything. Um, I did start wearing gloves here and there, but um, I just don't really think I think they help, but at the same time, I think that it's just if you touch something with it with wearing gloves on, I mean, I feel like and then you go back and you touch something that I don't know. I'm kind of iffy with wearing gloves, but at the same time, I think they help. Um, and I don't think they help in a lot of cases as well. But um, yeah, so there's that. Sorry if I'm looking elsewhere. I'm filming this with my phone because my battery for my camera is dead, and I don't know where I put the charger for it. So anyway, I kind of want to discuss about what happened before all this coronavirus started. I mean, I feel like it's one thing after another. My baby brother passed away in the beginning of March. He, for the last few years, he has been really sick. When he was 5 years old, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, juvenile diabetes. Um, so all his life, he's had to get his, insulin shots and constantly going to doctors and all this other stuff. I don't know how old we were, but I know probably about when he was like maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8. Um, I don't remember, but I know we almost lost him. Not long after we found out that he was a diabetic. A couple years or so, he um went into our grandma's theater and fell in my dad's arms. And, I remember that day. And ever since then, with me being the oldest, I have vowed that I would, protect him. And then as we got older or whatever, him and we hung out with the same group of friends. Like, we always, oh, sorry, guys, I dropped you. Sorry. We always, Well, we ended up being in the same grade. I got held back twice, and I ended up being in the same grade he was. So we kind of had the same group of friends. We hung out or whatever, and even though I noticed I was looking out for him, he was looking out for me as well. He was like more so the big brother that I um never had, but yet my baby brother at the same time, because he was younger than me. He was a year younger than me. Anyway, something happened tragically in our teen years. Um, one of our best friends, something had happened to him, and my brother witnessed it, and it really did a number on him. Kind of, I can understand that he probably had issues with the fact that he saw that happen and stuff, and I felt bad, but it took a toll on me because this guy was my best friend, and and I couldn't take it, so I ran away, and I ran away for the wrong reasons, and anyway, with that being said, is I left my baby brother there to whatever, and it did things, and over the years or whatever, I went and I saw my family. Especially when things happened here, I talked to them. Um, but fast forward to now, and then a few years ago, his kidneys have started failing him, and he just was getting sicker. And being a diabetic, and not really taking care of yourself. I'm not gonna say that he wasn't the greatest on taking care of himself or whatever, but I think it's because a lot of times, he's been through a lot, and he he always depended on my mom and my parents basically. And there's nothing wrong, but I just wish that he would have had that more support and push on taking care of himself. But my parents are the best they can, and Alex, he did things to progress some things, but I'm not gonna blame him for that because I know he, I know he suffers from depression. Like I know that he had other issues along with being a diabetic. So right. Anyway, last year I remember. Well, anyway, last year he had some infection around his heart, and we thought he was gonna go then, so I made a trip down there, and it was great because I could just spend whatever a few times with him, you know. Well, then fast forward to February, they thought he was gonna go at the end of February, and he, you know, this is around the time too. Also, the coronavirus started, you know, outbreaking or whatnot, and he didn't have the coronavirus, but it makes me wonder if maybe, with his immune system being the way that it was, if maybe he didn't have it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I can sit here and say that he did because he had health problems. But anyway, I get a call from my mom that is that they want me to come down, so I went down there, and um, I really didn't get to talk to him much. But anyway, when I was down there, he ended up pulling out of what they thought. They thought he was gonna die. that week in February that I went down there, and he ended up pulling out of it and um releasing him back in the nursing home. That's another thing. He had got went to the nursing home so that he can have all around the care that he can. He was only 30 something years old, younger than me. Um, and he's in this nursing home. Well, my mom was on the mom was saying, so Well, not even 2 weeks later, um, now mind you, around this time that everything happened, John and I had planned for him to come down here and hang out with me. And John is my boyfriend and somebody who I look up to and who I adore so much and care, and having him near me really and him around really just helps me get through a lot. Um, he lives in Canada, so we, can only see each other every other month or whatever. So I'm not taking too much time to work. I do it anyway. Hey, we have planned for him to come down and see me. Well, we tried to push it back because the situation with my brother and stuff. Well, I come back and I put in a week worth of work. Yeah, a week's worth of work. I finished, went through, come back, worked a week. Well, John came down, um, beginning of March. He finally came down, and the night that he was down here, I got a call from mom. Now, mind you, I had already went down there because they thought he was gonna go then, and then he pulled out of it. He got released back to the nurse home the day before I left to come back home, and I went to work. Well, then, week, couple weeks later, he was in dialysis, and mom wasn't with him. Mom had went to my grandma's birthday, and I get a call that night, at Tuesday night, and John was here, and thank God he was here because I swear I hate getting bad news, and this is something that I dreaded to hear all my last few years. This is something because with everything going on with him, mom would call me, and then we was in the hospital, and he was in and out of the hospital a lot, constantly, every year. He was in, and he could never catch a break. Anyway, so he had a call that he listened to Alice's and his heart stopped, and um they were able to resuscitate him. But the time they found out that his heart had stopped in dialysis, his brain had went too long without oxygen, so then he ended up being brain damaged and ended up causing him to be on a ventilator. And um, so yeah, from there, my it just I couldn't believe that there was hope. I was hoping that he would pull out of it again, but there was there was no way. He was gone. Um, Basically, the ventilators just was keeping him alive. And John went back home the next day, and um, he went with me to go to my work. And so then I had it set to where I was getting my time off, um, which I still had time off from the time that I requested before. I just went ahead and used the rest of that. Um, I ended up going right down there, and but anyway, 2 days later, come Thursday, they ended up pulling him off the ventilator. Um, they said it wasn't fair for him to live like that. I I can just imagine what went through my parents' heads when they had to do that, but it was the right choice. I feel like in a way, but at the same time, I wish maybe I could let him have more time. Anyway, so with that being said, went down there to the funeral and I came back, and then no longer than I come back, all this stuff with the coronavirus broke out. So basically, you know, my family and I don't think really had time to like we mourn my brother, but not have time to mourn him. I know I feel like I I haven't really mourned his death because I had to jump right back into work and deal with all this coronavirus stuff, and then now you got all this stuff going on in the world that is sad. And I'm thankful that my family and I got to get together before it got worse, before they started shutting everything down, before because there's families who can't have a proper funeral for their loved ones right now because you can't be with you can't be in large gatherings. And I am so thankful that my brother got to have a proper one with all of us there. Um, and I feel so bad, so horrible for all these families who can't right now. And you know, every day I sit here and I think, and now I can't even go see John because they have the borders closed, and that breaks my heart because I'm telling you, the one thing that I was looking forward to after I came back from being down there with being in Kentucky and dealing with all this was to go up there at the end of March last month and be with John for a few days for his birthday and just break down into him, like just break down in front of him because John comforts me. Even from afar, he comforts me. Sleeping on the phone with him every night comforts me. Or the night that every Tuesday night that we have our hangouts. You know, everything about John just comforts me. I love John. I'm comfortable with him. I just at times I feel like I just want to just leave everything and go. And that's what I wanted to do the week before they closed the border, was to drop everything. But I have Hazel, which is my favorite, that John got me for Christmas because my baby girl Athera, who was a ferret as well, she passed away end of last year. So it's like one thing after another the last few months, and I'm so tired of it, and I want it to get better because I want to be with John. And yes, I've talked to him so much. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, um, so I just wanted just to put that out there that if you're going through something and um, it can be anything, if you're dealing with some health issues, if you're, you lost someone, especially if you lost a loved one who had health issues and lost it to this coronavirus, I am so greatly sorry, and I feel for you guys. I so do, and I wish people would listen and do what they are told. And believe me, every day I see these people come into Walmart, and it's not pretty sometimes, and I just want to scream. That's another thing too. You crazy nuts out there, come to Walmart or any store, and we have rules set. Don't ask why, because you know why. And don't sit here and say you don't think it's bad. I don't care. You guys are nuts because this is worse than what you think. And if you and that's a lot of people don't realize it until it happens to them or a loved one, and then they're like, oh, whatever. No, you gotta think about it. Okay, people have lost loved ones. Put yourself in their shoes and stay home and don't freaking go out unless you need to. And if you do, don't bring your whole family. I can. You don't have to freaking bring your friends. Come get what you need to get and get out. Don't bring your whole family because you're just putting the rest of everybody at risk. I would stay home if I could, but that is my job and I have to go because I am considered an essential worker. And so, of course, I'm going to be putting my risk. And you know, the ones I feel the worst for, though, are the healthcare workers, the people at the hospital, putting their lives in front of us every day, having to freaking go take care of it. Think about them and their families. Just be smart about this, guys. I mean, because it's it's a serious matter. Nobody wants to get sick. I don't. You know, just please listen. And again, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just logic that you should not do that. You should not go and I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. I guess I'm just thinking of other things. Anyway, I already wasted like 21 of your minutes, 22 minutes of your guys' life listening to me. But you know what? I'm trying to make a point out there, okay? I'm trying to put out there the fact that this virus is serious and that I know what you're going through. For those of you who lost a loved one, no, I don't know what you're going through if you lost it to you lost somebody to the coronavirus, but I do know what it's like. I just recently lost my brother before any of this started getting worse. And it makes me wonder though, did he have it and that's what caused him? It's just, it makes you wonder, you know? Because before it even happened, before they even have tests, he passed away. Before it started getting bad, it was already over here, but before it started getting bad, yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna go um get around, go make my protein shake for breakfast, and get myself around and ready for work later. So I'll see you guys.